4 children together. So that gave us a total of 9.
Wow.
The older children were out of the home. So we, of course, we needed that big home. But we began to pray, and we began to say, God, we want the glory. We believe that this is the end time. We believe that there's a harvest out there. We don't want church as normal. We want to see what you've been saying in your word, signs, wonders, and miracles. We want to see blind eyes open. We want to see deaf ears open. We want to see the dead raised. And I remember the Lord said, then you must make a commitment and you must say yes to me.
Amen.
And at all costs, you must be willing to follow me wherever I tell you. He says, not only that, if you want to see the supernatural, you have to be placed in an arena where the supernatural power of God can operate.
Amen.
And I remember me and her, we stood together and we prayed and we said, yes, Lord, we'll say yes to your will. It just seemed like at that moment the journey began. Everything began to take place. We found out within about a year we had lost our thriving business. The home that we were building, it just exploded in our face. We found ourselves in a place where we had lost completely everything. I mean everything. Mm-hmm. And we began to pray. It seemed like every door that was open began to close. Ministries began to call and say, you know, we're going to change the itinerary. We don't really need you now. I mean, it just seemed like one thing after the other. And we began to pray, and the Lord spoke to us and said, out of Genesis chapter 12, I'm going to do you like Abraham. I'm calling you to go to a place where I'll make your name great. But I'm not going to show you. It's by faith. You have to go. And we began to pray and said, Lord, what direction? He said, go south. So we began to go south, and we ended up in Kentucky, where, of course, we met you guys. And it was a tremendous journey. We parked there for about 8 months, and we began to pray, but we didn't feel the peace of God. And all of a sudden, you guys came to us and said that you guys were launching a church in Atlanta, Georgia, in Kennesaw. And we began to pray, and we said, Lord, we believe that there's something significant with these people. We believe that they're carrying the end time glory. You know, you can't say that about everybody. But we believe that these are people that at all costs are like us, will do whatever it takes to see the glory of God show up. And so we began to pray, and we felt in our spirit that the Lord gave us confirmation to go. But because we were still in our journey and we had lost a lot, we were still trying to gather back the things that we had lost. So you guys went south, and we turned around and went back the other direction. We parked for 3 more years in Ohio, where things had just